Hi everybody, welcome all of you to my video on economic systems. We have broadly three economic systems in the countries of the world. They are capitalism, socialism, and mixed economy. What is capitalism? In capitalism, individuals enjoy vast freedom. There is private property. It is an economic system where the three economic problems, that is what to produce, how to produce, for whom to produce, is decided by the market mechanism. The main features of capitalism are private property or the private ownership of resources. The means of production or the resources are owned by the private individuals. Private individuals are free to own the property, use it in whatever way they like, and pass it on to their successors. There is freedom of enterprise and choice. Individuals can choose their own business and they have their own choice. Consumer is sovereign or consumer is the king because all the decisions are taken on the basis of demand and supply. So mainly it is the demand which decides what to produce. That is the market mechanism for any product. If the demand is increasing, their production will increase. Like with the pandemic coming in 2020, starting when we had COVID-19, India did not have its own production of PPE kits, N95 masks, and so on. But with the increasing demand, we have started its production and we are meeting the requirement. So it is the demand which decides the production, what to produce, how to produce, and for whom to produce. That is, N95 masks are for the mainly for the doctors and the medical practitioners. So all these decisions under capitalism are decided on the basis of market mechanism. Then there is competition. There are private players and they will compete, and when there is competition, it is survival of the fittest. Like we have the telecom sector where we had some smaller players and then Vodafone and Airtel, and suddenly the Geo came, and which led to increasing competition. The call rates, the data charges, and all declined much. So consumers benefit when there is competition. Government intervention is minimum under capitalism. Government does not interfere in the economic affairs of the society, and it is the price mechanism which decides everything, or the market mechanism which decides everything. Now, coming to its merits, the merits are production according to the consumer's needs. Whatever is produced, it is produced according to the needs of the consumers. There is economic freedom, efficient utilization of resources, the wastages are reduced, variety of consumer goods, huge variety of consumer goods are produced, enhanced trade, businesses and R&D, that is research and development, will increase. Automatic incentives, that is those who work hard, those who do innovation, start new production, they get more profits. So that is automatic incentives. Under socialism, this is absent. And then there is flexibility also, like for some product there is decline in demand, the private players will reduce its production, so there is flexibility as well. Then what are the demerits? There is inequality in distribution of wealth and income. Some people who own means of production, they have very high income. There are plenty who do not own anything, they are laborers. Their income is very low, sometimes they are unemployed also. Like in India now, There are plenty of people who are unemployed. Many became unemployed because of COVID-19 and the resultant lockdowns and all. And then there is inflation and high unemployment rate because there is no control by the government, lack of social welfare. Private players, they produce for their profit motive, not for the welfare motive. There is wasteful competition, misallocation of resources sometimes, and then there is social cost also, like pollution. Sometimes harmful goods are sold to the consumers for their private profit. There are large number of instances in the history where for the profits companies have sold their harmful products. And the opposite of capitalism is socialism, under which there is a central planning authority. This will decide what to produce, how to produce, and for whom to produce. It is the state which takes up the production process. It is the decision of the state. There is no private property, but public ownership of the resources. That is, all the resources are owned by the state. There is a central planning authority, and this planning authority will decide on what to produce, how to produce, and for whom to produce. And then there is price mechanism. Price mechanism doesn't have much importance over here because the prices are decided by the central planning authority or by the state, or you can say by the government. Central control of ownership. The ownership is controlled, that is, the ownership of resources is controlled by the government. Now, coming to its merits and demerits, production is not according to the market, but according to the needs of the people. Equal distribution of income and wealth, all are provided. Employment are the jobs by the government. There is no private property. So, inequality of income based on property is reduced or eliminated. There is better allocation of resources. Government will decide what is more important, what is less important, and resources are allocated to the more important goods. There isn't serious unemployment or inflation problem. Rapid economic development sometimes, and government looks into the welfare, like all are provided health facilities, educational facilities. But there are certain demerits also, like lack of incentives for hardworking. All get jobs by the government. The inequalities because of differences in the capacity of the people doesn't arise because all have safe and secure jobs. Loss of economic freedom and consumer sovereignty. The consumer is not the sovereign. What to produce is decided by the state. Absence of competition, and when there is competition, there is efficiency. So there is lack of efficiency also. Sometimes there is waste of economic resources, like what is not required, what is not in demand is produced, and what is in demand is not produced. And then we have mixed economy. In case of mixed economy, what to produce, how to produce, how much to produce is decided by both, that is the state for the public goods, and by the private sector for the sector which is left to the private sector. So it is mixed of both, as the name suggests, mixed economy. India is the classic example of mixed economy. Here we have the advantages of both. That is, we have the advantages of capitalism as well as advantages of socialism also. So certain sectors are reserved for the public sector, and certain sectors are reserved for the private sector. So wherever there is need, government will interfere. Whenever there is no need, government will not interfere. It is left to the private sector. Like sometimes some of the medicines in India, the price is controlled by the government. Like one of the most important medicine for Astamide salbutamol, the price is controlled for it by the government. Similarly, now sanitizers were high in demand and required for the pandemic. Government controlled its price now. Yeah, you can see the smaller bottle of the sanitizer available for 15 rupees. Earlier, they were available for 50. It is mixed of both. There is control when government will control it when it is required, and when it is not required, it will be left it to the market. So I end my video on economic systems with this. In case you have any doubts, you can put it right down in the comments. Any comments also, you can mention it there. Thank you for watching, and please do subscribe to my channel.